Call to order this special meeting of the Ames Parks and Recreation Commission on Thursday, March 31st, 2022. First item on the agenda is the public forum. This is for items not on the agenda. I don't see anyone in the audience who would speak on the public forum. So if there's no one, I will go ahead and close public forum. Next item on the agenda is a motion recommending the naming for the planned indoor aquatic center.
Okay. So first off, thanks everybody for attending the special meeting. Short notice. In front of you with the commission action form is some items for naming of two major features, and then also for the facility itself. And in 2016, we had a naming request, or the commission had a naming request, and at the time didn't have a naming policy. And the commission had directed staff at that time to develop a naming policy to give them direction at the time, so they could have some guidelines and some guidance in regards to what to do and how to make a decision. So we did put that naming policy together. It was adopted by City Council, and then since then we've had several naming requests. Most recently, we had the request for the naming of Iowa Creek Park. So that's just so you're familiar with the policy. Did send it to the commissioners early on so you could review that. And in the commission action form, it does talk about just the policy in general. There's three categories: historic events, people and places, outstanding individuals, and then also for major donations. And with this one, we're looking at the major donations is what we're looking at. So with this facility, again, we're looking at over a $30 million project, and with it, Dan Culhane from the Ames Chamber of Commerce, was asked to help out with fundraising. So Guido Winokur, did bequeath just about $1.8 million a number of years ago to the city of Ames Parks and Recreation. That is up to approximately $2 million right now. And a while back, the Parks and Recreation Commission and City Council did approve, using those funds towards an aquatic center. And it was going to be used for the Healthy Life Center, but now it will be used for this aquatic center. So Dan graciously agreed to raise, the remaining $8 million. And part of going out and talking to potential donors is the possibility of naming opportunities. So with that as a backdrop, before you tonight, there are three requests with it. So the first one is, the naming of the indoor aquatic center itself. So Mary and Rich Fitch, have pledged $3 million, to the project. They also, with the Healthy Life Center, they were going to, they did pledge $3 million to that project. And in return, it was going to be the Healthy Life Center, but it was going to be the Fitch Family Aquatic Center, as part of the Healthy Life Center. So they felt strongly about the Healthy Life Center. They feel strongly about, the Indoor Aquatic Center. They, in conversations with them, they don't see how the city of Ames cannot have a municipal pool for its residents. So they feel strongly and have pledged again $3 million. So the request for that portion of it is to name the facility the Fitch Family Indoor Aquatic Center. So that's the facility naming. The other two are for major features, and one is for the therapeutic pool. And again, Mary Greeley Medical Center. They were going to be part of the Healthy Life Center. They were actually going to be a tenant. They were going to have therapeutic services and so on as part of that facility. Right now, they are pledging $4 million to the facility or to the project. And really with this, because therapy is part of their nature and some of what they do, they are asking that the therapeutic pool, be named Mary Greeley Medical Center Therapeutic Pool. And then the last one, Fairway Stores is pledging, $500,000, and they had pledged $500,000 to the Healthy Life Center as well for another amenity. But with the Indoor Aquatic Center, again, they're pledging that money. And what they're looking at, what they would like is that the zero depth entry pool and the play structure, be named, the Fairway Fun Zone. And there would be just signs on the play structure affixed to that facility in a couple of different places. So one, again, we want to thank Dan Culhane from the Ames of Chamber going out and having a lot of these conversations, initiating, and thus far he has raised or pledged or raised approximately $8.35 million. Which is a good thing. So, and again, we want to thank, Mary and Rich Fitch, Mary Greeley Medical Center, and Fairway, as well as all of the other donors. There's a lot of other donors that have come forward with varying degrees of donations, $1,000, $25,000, $100,000. So, and you'll see that eventually too. That list of full donors. So with it, with all of what I just mentioned, again, very thankful for everybody. And again, these are conversations that we've had. One may look as like, wow, why is the facility being named, for a $3 million donation and the therapeutic pool being named for a $4 million donation? Again, through all of the conversations, this is what is agreeable to, the donors, and our recommendation from staff is that you would recommend City Council approve, naming the Indoor Aquatic Center the Fitch Family Indoor Aquatic Center, naming the therapeutic pool the Mary Greeley Medical Center Therapeutic Pool, and naming the zero depth entry pool and play structure the Fairway Fun Zone. So that is alternative number one, and that is staff's recommendation. Any questions?
There was a question about Dan Culhane's part that he has raised $8 million. And I was told the other day at another meeting that around $8 million was already pledged to the first project. So does Dan have an additional $8 million, or is Dan solidifying what was already pledged from the first one?
Yes. So it is solidifying. So take a look at with the Healthy Life Center, that there was money that was pledged for that project. Obviously the bond referendum failed and that project went away, and all those pledges went away. So when we went to the Indoor Aquatic Center and started pursuing this project, and City Council was behind it, Dan was asked to help, I guess, solidify or go out there and talk to past donors and see if they would be willing to pledge the same money or similar amounts to this project. So it is, in some cases, yes, it's not necessarily new money, but it was money that went away. And, by him having conversations with these donors, they have agreed to pledge towards this project. So you can look at it, I guess a couple of different ways.
Because the way the newspaper article read that it was, he went out and raised this, and the person that I know that worked on the old Life Center said, I think it's the same people. So I just wanted to make sure we're not talking 16 million versus.
Yeah, no,
because it kind
that's a
of,
good.
I think it said that it would reduce the amount of the bond or something like that. And so there was some confusion out in the public.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So no, it's total with the Guido Winokur money and the 8.3 plus million dollars. We have over 10 million in private donations. It's not 16 million or uh, 18 million, or however you want to look at with the two from Guido Winokur. So it is, yes, it is 10 million, or just over that. And with it, with what you had mentioned, so, and if you're talking over a $30 million project, for the indoor aquatic center, with this $10 million, that brings it down. And we've used the 31.2 million kind of as a number. So you take the 10 million in donations, that brings it down to 21.2. And then right now, City Council has authorized or has the authority now to issue bonds up to $21.2 million. And once we get into final design and look at what the updated costs are, they could issue bonds for 18 million if that's all that's needed. They could go up to 21.2 million. So it does. The donations obviously do lower the taxpayer burden, and then we're still waiting to hear from the Iowa Economic Development Authority to see about the Iowa Reinvestment District program, because if we get an additional 10 million, we'll still have to bond for the, let's say, 21.2 million. But that 10 million from the reinvestment district would help offset or pay back some of that debt, and that would lessen the taxpayer's burden even more. So, good question.
Is there any desire at this point to recognize the sizable contribution of the Winokur estate to this facility?
With the Winokur's bequest, there was nothing in there, in regards to naming anything after her. So it was. So right now we have not brought anything forward, with it. We can take a look at that further if you would like us to do that. But I know in the past when we've had this conversation, it was really not her intention to have something named after her. But we can look at it further if you'd like me to do that, and we can bring that back at another time.
And I don't know anything about it, so
Yeah,
it might be beneficial.
but yeah, if you'd like to do it, I would just ask you make a motion. Just in regards to make a motion to direct staff to bring back information regarding the Winokur bequest and naming potential.
Okay.
And we can bring that back at another time.
Okay. Would you like that motion right now?
You can.
So I'll move to ask staff to ask the Winokur family estate if they'd like naming rights to a potential part of the facility.
Be a feature.
Feature.
Yep.
There we go.
For a feature. Yep.
Second.
I was going to
Second
that.
from Jacob. All right. Motion on the table to direct staff to initiate discussions with the Winokur family regarding naming a feature in the proposed indoor aquatic center. Any discussion? Okay. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Seeing none, the motion carries. Any other questions for Keith, or would someone care to make a motion regarding the naming of the other features?
I'll make a motion for alternative one.
I will second that.
Okay. Motion on the table is to recommend City Council approve naming the Indoor Aquatic Center, the Fitch Family Indoor Aquatic Center, naming the Therapeutic Pool, the Mary Greeley Medical Center Therapeutic Pool, and naming the Zero Depth Entry Pool and Play Structure, the Fairway Fun Zone. Any discussion?
I guess this is the question for staff and for Keith. Since this project is still a couple years out, is the Chamber of Commerce and Dan going to continue to look for donors? Because I know with the Lifestyle Center, there was some other ones that were looking to put their name in.
Yeah, so he had started off with that list, I believe, and some have indicated they're not interested, in this facility. There are some that have indicated that once they see it under construction, they may come forward and do a donation at that time. And then there are some other grants and potential donations that he is still working on. So there are still some other things that may be in the works, and additional funds could come in, which will, depending on the project, and once again, when we get into design and start getting a more solidified cost estimate, it may help us cover maybe increased costs, or it may give us an opportunity to add some things that maybe we weren't going to add in the first place. So,
Yeah, I
so
think
it's a
that
good
kind
way
of
to
helped
look at it.
with the Miracle Park, because there were, that was fully funded by donor support, but there were features that were like kind of taken, we can't afford this with the current level of donor support, and saying like later on, once the initial designs for the project were there, there was a lot of additional donor support at that
Mhm.
time. So I think that's definitely,
Yep.
true.
Yep.
Any other questions or discussion?
No, I just want to say that it's very important, all these funds, and, special thank you, to not only every donor, but the Fitch family and Mary Greeley and Fairway. It's a much needed amenity to our community, and I appreciate everybody stepping up. So,
All right. All in favor of recommending alternative 1, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Seeing none, the motion carries. All right. Next item on the agenda is any additional commission member comments? Said they're good thoughts. All right. Next regular meeting is Thursday, April 21st at 4 p.m. And our new commission member, Rachel. Rachel, is that right? Awesome. Looking forward to it. So.
should I be here next Thursday just in case?
No need right now.
All right. I'm here if you need me.
We can meet up.
I will let you know.
All right.
Hopefully
Anybody
they'll-
signed me up for the Zamboni course yet?
I went to the website.
I just
couldn't
saw
find it.
the thing today in my email, so I'm excited.
Oh,
I'll have to go back and look for it.
all right. If there's no other discussion or questions, I'd take a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Meeting is adjourned.
Nice gavel, baby.
Thanks, everybody.
Close up, like-